We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Colin, congratulations on the film and indeed your performance as
Thank
well. Absolutely terrific.
Thanks.
But I read that you said that you felt a bit nauseous after reading the script for the first time. Is that true?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I wasn't on my hands and knees by the toilet bowl, you know, but I definitely felt a sense of strong dis-ease reading it. And I think reading this, I felt it, or The Lobster, I felt, the other film I did with Yorgos, I felt a similar sense of dis-ease, more reading this because of the tone of this, because there wasn't, in The Lobster I felt there was some pervasive sense of hope that existed the whole way, that built throughout the film when Rachel's character came in, and there was a sweetness between those two sets of the backdrop of this twisted world.
This is different.
This is different tonally. It's incredibly bleak. There's very little, if any, hope to be found in the film. And I just found look, if the curse, for lack of a better word, that's put upon my family by Barry's character Martin was explained, where it comes from, how he has that power, I would be less nauseous. But it's like Yorgos sets forth these extraordinary circumstances and these extraordinary relationships and dynamics, and yet he falls quite a way short of explaining exactly what the origin. Like even The Lobster, you want to go, well, how did the world end up like this? And what do you mean people get turned into animals? What kind of technology is that? Like he sets these extraordinary set of circumstances and then he doesn't explain them. So it forces the audience to fill in the gaps, and not just the audience, but as a reader as well. There's a sense of dis-ease in the uncertainty of this world, even though everything that's being presented is incredibly certain, is life or death, incredibly awkward at times. You can't quite trace the origin of it. It seems inhumane. And it lacks an emotional context, which I think is why a lot of the performances exist in some emotional vacuum as well, because the characters do, because they're not aware of what we're aware of or we feel we're aware of, and watching it, the characters inside it aren't.
And the language sort of supports that emotional vacuum, because
it really
it
does.
Seems to distance people rather than bring them together.
No, absolutely. I mean, language alongside touch, of course, is one of the great human communicators that we rely on to reach each other and to connect to each other. And in this, it does seem to create an even more widening chasm between people at times, even though they don't realise that that's a chasm that they inhabit.
So this is your second film with Yorgos, as you've already said. What's the appeal of working with him? Why does it work so well for both of you? I
mean, the appeal for me, I don't know. I just, ever since I saw Dogtooth in a theatre in Philadelphia years ago, I just have loved his work. I saw Dogtooth, and then I went out and made sure after that I saw Alps. And then when I got a call from my agent years ago, and he said, hey, there's a Greek director who's making his first English language film, and there's another actor in it, but that actor seems to be falling out. It's a scheduling thing, and I don't know if it's going to be your cup of tea, but take a look at it. And I said, oh, who's the director? And he said, he did this film, Dogtooth. And I went, ooh. Oh, I said, that's a filmmaker.
Bring it on.
I said, honestly, that is a filmmaker. You know, and I read The Lobster, I was like, oh my God, I so want to do this. And I spoke to Yorgos. I couldn't tell you exactly what it is, just that he's brilliant. And you want to, when you can get the chance to surround yourself with brilliant people and people who have a very particular voice and a particular perspective. And when I say perspective, I mean, I don't necessarily have to know what that perspective is, but it's singular and it's particular.
Sounds like it's instinctive.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we've never sat down and gone, you know, do you like me, or do you want to know if I like you, or what is it about me you like, and can I tell you what it is about you that I'm enamored by? And we've never, you know, we don't talk that much, me. I mean, I saw him 2 months ago at the Toronto Film Festival, and we said, I've been in London for months, he lives here, and we said, we have to get together for dinner, and then I saw him at the premiere here 2 nights ago, and he went, dinner? And I went, yeah, and he went, oh, like we said, and he has his life, and he's busy, and I have my life, but if the chance comes to work with him again, I would love to, and I love the man, and I have the height of regard for him, but we don't talk about it much. Like, it's really refreshing, actually. And I love a good natter. I love sitting down and breaking down characters and talking. I think you've asked me one question, but I love talking character and situation. It's just fun, because essentially you're trying to unearth some elemental truths, if that's possible, into the human condition and why we all are, all of us, the way we are. And with Yorgos, all those things that I may talk about with other actors or directors, they're all there in the script. The script lends itself to those. The audiences come out of Lobster and have conversations about loneliness and about coupledom and about, you know, patriarchal governments and whatever the topic may result of being. But I've never had the conversations with Yorgos, and I've never felt the lack of them as well. You know, he's a very specific director. He'll say things like faster, slower, give more time, maybe pause there. You know, it's lovely, very specific direction. But outside of that, he wants to see what the actors do, you know.
And we're going to have to pause there, but that was a lovely natter. Colin, thank you
Nice
very
talking
much
to you.
indeed.
Thanks a million, Freda.
Thank you.
Thank you.